Namaskar. I am preparing for the first online experimental retreat, and for that program I would like to share several recipes. During retreat we shouldn't waste so much time on cooking and eating, but still we need to eat, and after eating we have to feel happy. That happiness is very important. It is my firm conviction that when we eat we must enjoy, because if we feel joyful, if we feel pleasure and happiness, then that food gets digested very easily and it produces the proper effect, and it is very important for meditation. Food actually balances the mind. The adequate amounts of food, proper combination of tastes balances the mind, and it is very good for meditation. So I call this as a bachelor's cuisine, recipes of 5 maximum 10 minutes, and bachelor is the person who is alone and during retreat you are alone in your room, so you go out in the kitchen and very quickly, before anyone notices you, you cook something, you eat something, then you come rest, and after that there will be another program. So if you're interested about the retreat, actually this video is not about retreat, it's about cooking. But since I mentioned the previous video I have recorded about, there will be a link on that video. And if the date is already over, if we have already done the retreat, means somewhere in the future, then I think we will do these programs time to time. You keep following us, you subscribe and you press the bell button, and I think one day you will be able to make it for the retreat. So, evening spaghetti. We need to have 2 tomatoes. I get 4 because in the process of this filming my cameraman is getting hungry, so I have to care for him also. So 4 tomatoes for 2 portions. Then some vegetables. Broccoli is good. I didn't have the fresh one, so I just used the frozen one. Ideally, fresh food is always better. Ideally the fresh one. And then butter. If you're vegan, you can use coconut oil. You can also use the coconut cream, that is also going to be useful for this recipe. Then tricato. Tricato is a spice. Simultaneously it is an Ayurvedic medicine for cough and cold. It is a mixture of black pepper, ginger, and some other pepper I'm forgetting. So it is called tricato. If you don't have that, don't worry, just use the black pepper. That's enough. It is very, very simple. And then we use spaghetti. Let's start cooking. And I'm using the blender. If there is no blender, then you just pour the hot water. You cut like this, tack, tack, a little bit, just cut a little open. And then pour the boiling water over the tomato. Peel the skin and then cut very finely. That will also do. But blender is best. Blender is best. At the same time, while I'm cutting this, actually I did it wrong. While I'm cutting this, already I have to start boiling the water. My guess is really, you can melt the iron there. Okay, water is getting ready and I'm preparing the sauce. Broccoli doesn't take much time to cook, it's only a few minutes, just very fast. Okay, now I'm going to melt the butter. The best would be the ghee, clarified butter, but I don't have, so I use this one. Okay, at the same time that water is getting close to boiling temperature, so I'm going to put the spaghetti there. And something very interesting, how to measure how much spaghetti I need to boil. Now I will reveal the very important wisdom of life. How many spaghettis you have to cook? So for one person, this much. Okay? Just like this. And then this guy is going here. Congratulations. So two people are going to be happy today. Now this broccoli are enjoying in the warmth of the butter, because they are very cold in the freezer, so now they are taking sound. So ideally the food must contain the 6 tastes: sweet, salty, sour, bitter, astringent, hot. So in our food there will be sweet, the pasta is sweet and the broccoli is sweet, sour, tomatoes are sour, hot, this tricato is hot, and salty because I'm going to put salt. 4. Astringent, no, not so much here, and bitter not so much here. So 4 tastes is quite satisfying. It's quite satisfying. Also, food has to be a little bit oily. Not much, of course. Too much, it is very hard for the liver to digest, but pleasantly oily. So now I'm going to put the pasta is good if you put some timer. I forgot to put the timer, but 8 minutes it has to go like that. Enjoy. As you work in the kitchen, you try to clean as you cook. The kitchen should be, after you utilize the kitchen, it should be cleaner than before. And then you clean it so that you will be ready to eat peacefully. Don't forget to put salt in the both in pasta and the sauce. Okay, and here it is not advisable to taste the food when you cook, because when you taste, you activate the Manipura chakra. You activate this feeling of desire for food, and that desire, that feeling that I want to eat, spoils the quality of the food, because the food has to be cooked in the high radiation. Ideally, you imagine, you feel that you are the tool of the Supreme Consciousness, and it is not you who is cooking, the Supreme Consciousness is cooking through you. And also, you are going to feed the Supreme Consciousness, not for yourself. The Supreme Consciousness in your form, but your intention, your ideation should be that I'm cooking for the Divine, for the Supreme Being. So in that case, the food will acquire a very powerful spiritual vibration, and when you eat, after you have eaten, you will feel that immediately your mood is getting uplifted. So that's one very secret. You know, I have one friend. He's a very good meditator, and I asked him, Dada, do you feel sometimes sad and depressed? He said, you know, sometimes I have to deal with so many challenges in my life. But what I do, I will cook some food, I will eat, I will watch some Indian movie, and then it's gone, it's no more. So this food therapy is very important. If you cook in a very proper mood, in a very loving mood, in a very joyful mood, then that energy will go there and it will be amplified. And when you eat, it's just like wow, and you will be uplifted, and for several days it is going to be lasting. It is the power of prasad. Offer mentally your food that you are cooking to the Supreme Being. That's the secret. Okay, I think we are done with the sauce. I think if you have the coconut cream, it will be very nice connecting, combining. They're good friends with this sauce. Also, you can put some laurel leaf. Laurel leaf. Hello. Yes, some laurel leaf is there. Okay, sauce is done. And spaghetti also is about to be done. Almost. If you need to taste still, if you're still not confident how much salt there, and then you would do like this. So it's like minimal engagement of the taste buds. And then of course I need to put some pepper. This is my this much I need, but I'm very much accustomed, so for someone it may be hot. So put your dosage. Bon appetit! I hope you enjoyed this food. It's very simple, but I like it. And yeah, meditate. The good, very fundamental law of life. No meditation, no food. First you meditate, then you eat. Then food becomes 100 times more beneficial. Yes, namaskar.